episode of Healing in Ways You Never Thought Possible with myself, your host, Dr. Dolores Fazzino. Well, we're going to talk about reflection today. And so I've been a little absent the last couple of weeks. I decided that I needed to take some me time, which is my self-care. And currently, as you could see, I'm not in my office where I usually broadcast from. I'm actually on vacation this week and I'm in Sedona, Arizona. So for me, it's so important to take the downtime so I could be 100% for the people that I interact with, but also to be able to be 100% for myself. For many of us who are empaths, intuitives, and highly sensitive people, self-care is the essential. And sometimes we need to unplug and just give ourselves permission to take that time for ourselves. So it's been a very beautiful week here. We did have some rain, and it was nice to be away from your usual routine in order to get a different perspective on things. And as I segue into our talk today, we're talking about reflection. So, so often in our lives, things happen to us, and we sometimes are constantly going in motion, and we don't stop long enough to really check in with ourselves and just to ponder or even think about what is going on with us or even what we want to accomplish. Sometimes in our reflection time, you could kind of review your day's activities or your weeks, years, or months. It's not about living in the past. It's about getting the golden nuggets from those situations, especially if you've had some situations where you weren't feeling so positive about things. And it's not about beating yourself up or being the martyr or shaming or guilting yourselves. It's just being expanded enough so you could witness kind of what's going on, so you could get a different perspective and maybe come to one of those aha moments within yourself. So with that in mind, I'm just going to read some things about reflection from my latest book, Your Amazing Itty Bitty, Healing in Ways You Never Thought Possible, 15 Key Steps to Manifesting True Health and Lasting Wellness, and that's available on Amazon. But we're going to talk about reflection. So here we go. Life is fast-paced, and time seems to move faster and faster. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day flow without enough time to do everything you'd like to accomplish. Boy, isn't that the truth, huh? You may be stressed, anxious, and feel like you're constantly running a race to get through your day, or what's more, maybe your life. You find it hard to slow down, and when you do, you have feelings of missing out or FOMO. I love that acronym. You're overextended. You overextended your commitments and maybe possibly later resent them. How often does that happen, that we say yes to things where we really, truly, really meant to say no because we were afraid to say what was on our mind, or to not take care of ourselves and put ourselves first, but making, I think sometimes we're programmed into thinking that we have to say yes to everything, when in essence, maybe yes isn't the right answer for you. Maybe it's a no, maybe it's a firm no, maybe it's a maybe no, but it's not a yes. You are a human doing mobile, constantly in motion, running on automatic. And when you stop, you feel out of place. Does that sound like you? The thought of taking a break will put you behind with your to-do list, creating more anxiety and concerns for you. It's such a vicious cycle, unfortunately, but there's so many things that we could do to shift that. You are exhausted, overworked, spent. You even know that you need to stop, yet you can't seem to get off the doing mobile. So once again, the doing mobile is the human being of automatic. It's like, you're constantly in motion, running on automatic, and when you stop, you feel out of place. So it's really important to take time out. Taking a moment for a brief time out can actually help you reboot and allow you to accomplish more in a shorter period of time than you imagine. Yes, this is true. Sometimes, you're probably wondering how that can happen when you're overwhelmed, but believe me, it is the truth. What rebooting does, just like a computer, you get a downloaded program into a computer, right? And what happens is that you have to stop, turn the computer off and reboot it. We're no different. When we take a time out, it's like we're realigning our energy field. It helps us to focus and gain clarity and allows you to get out of your head and into your body. So just think about that. Sometimes when we're on automatic or in our doing mobile mode, we are in our heads and we're trying to figure things out and make things happen and push boulders up the hill. And, it's exhausting. And it's no wonder why people are totally stressed out and, anxious, because the long-term effect of stress, as we know, it causes a lot of chronic illnesses and even acute problems as well. So if you are a skeptic, I invite you to experiment with the following. This is a simple formula to consider when you're overwhelmed and want to get off the doing mobile. First of all, stop what you're doing. This seizes the momentum. Next, take a deep breath. Take several deep breaths. This brings you into your physical body. Go outside or someplace to get you out of the space that you're in. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, we want to break that and go someplace else to change what you're seeing and what you're experiencing possibly. Distract yourself by doing something you enjoy. That's the most important thing, because how many times are we in mundane things we're just doing and doing and doing? It's just like, it's craziness. So when you distract yourself, and distract yourself for at least 17 seconds, because that seems to be the magic number. Because if you distract yourself for that amount of time, surprisingly, you're going to just be able to, change it's enough of a distraction where you're not going to be able to remember what you were really stressed out about. Simple as that. So reflecting gives you wisdom, gives you opportunity for creativity. It allows you to connect with yourself. It allows you to be in the present moment. It allows you to get those little gold nuggets and those insights that are just so, so rich and important to allow you to take your next steps. So I invite you to try that. You might even like it. You might even find that you get more accomplished in less time. It's pretty counterintuitive to what we've been led to believe, but it's the truth. I speak that from my own personal experience as well. Sometimes when you're just on overwhelm, sometimes you need to take a time out from yourself and just reflect, and ponder with the curiosity of a child. So I'm going to wrap this up for now, but I'm very excited to share with you that our next episode is part of our Miraculous Healing series. And I will be interviewing a very special guest by the name of Lisa Mannion. She's a very dear friend of mine and colleague, and she wrote a book called Spiritual Sugar on her journey as she transformed from being diagnosed with cancer and healing that for herself. And this is something I don't believe you're going to want to miss. So please stay tuned for our next episode, which is coming up in the next couple of days. And also, if you like what you hear here, please share it. Like us on YouTube. Subscribe to us. It's at Dr. Dolores Fazzino, and we look forward to supporting you and doing anything that you can. Oh, lastly, get your free meditation. It'll help you ground in the present moment. So I'm going to say adieu and goodbye and have a blessed day.